Today we're going to be discussing cologne fragrances. Some fragrance houses dedicate themselves to recreating popular expensive perfumes at a much more affordable price, usually not smelling as high quality, but they get the DNA very close, especially in the air. People usually can't tell a difference, and sometimes they smell even better quality than the original. If you guys want the best fragrance content on the internet that goes exclusively to you, that's fragrance content that goes straight to the point, make sure you sign up to our Atrium newsletter if you haven't already. Number 10 is Armaf Craze. Now, Armaf Craze is a clone of Parfums de Marly's Pegasus, almond, creamy, milky, metallic, very sweet vanilla. Armaf Craze is not going to smell as luxurious. It's a pretty good clone. I say it's about 85% similar. It's not as luxurious, not as thick, but in a way it's a little bit more wearable than Pegasus, because Pegasus is too cloying in my opinion. So it's very good for the price, I would say. Overall, you get 6 hours performance, so you're not going to smell as expensive, and you're not going to get as good longevity as the original, so it doesn't make Pegasus redundant, but it's definitely a good option. Armaf Nuit is a clone of Craze Green Irish Tweed. I'd say, again, 85% similar. Very good quality in the opening, musky, green, soapy, fresh, and a little bit less mature than Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed, again, is more luxurious. I do not think this clone makes the original redundant. It's not bad. I think it's definitely a lot more close than Cool Water is. Cool Water is more of an inspired by Green Irish Tweed, not necessarily a clone. So Nuit is a solid option, I would say. And again, the performance is a lot lower than the original, around 6 hours. If I had to make a 5 fragrance well-rounded collection from some of the clones in this list, I would go for Haramain's LabAssure for a versatile scent, 1981X for a date night scent, Hafez 1984 for something that's loud and tension-grabbing, Missoni Wave for something for summertime, and Club de Nuit Sillage for the office. This concept relates to what we discussed in our own Skillshare course, guys, which is the sponsor of today's video, about the art of collecting fragrances. So these are the first 5 foundational types of fragrances every man should own. Make sure to check it out, guys. It's a fragrance course that is the only type that exists on the platform of Skillshare. Skillshare is the platform you go to if you want to learn any creative skill out there. With the new year just coming round, a lot of you guys are wanting to change yourselves, improve yourselves for the better, and really change the trajectory of your life. Do not underestimate Skillshare. I watched a video editing course on there. I always tell the story. I watched it from the editing course by Ali Abdal, who then taught me how to edit videos for School of Scent, which has just blown up and changed my life forever. Do not underestimate the ability to learn a new skill for a very easy amount of effort online. I will leave a link in the description down below to sign up for a premium free trial of Skillshare. Only the first 1,000 people can get this link down below, so make sure to check it out, guys, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Armaf Club de Nuit Sillage, a clone of Craze Silver Mountain Water, the aromatic silver metallic tea-based spring perfume. Now, Sillage, I would say, is a lot more fresh, a lot more masculine, and less powdery compared to the original Silver Mountain Water. I think I get better performance with it. I get 10 hours. I think it's definitely the best clone of Silver Mountain Water at the moment, and I actually do think it makes the original redundant. It is a fantastic clone. It's a no-brainer. Harame LabAssure, I would say it's about 95% similar to Creed Aventus, which is cloning. It's the pineapple, smoky, fresh DNA, very woody, and I would say it's more of a fruity, pineapple intense variation or batch of Aventus. And I would say in the old variations of Aventus, this was not going to smell higher quality than it, but nowadays I actually do think it smells higher quality than my personal 2022 bottle, which is very sad. But hey, it's a great option for an eighth of the price of Aventus. I get 8 hours performance, soft to moderate projection. It's not the best performing clone of Aventus, but I think it's the most accurate, and it's a very high quality clone, so I definitely recommend it. However, if you want a clone of another competitor to Aventus, which is Nishane's Hacivat, which is a very intense beast mode oak moss based variation on the pineapple DNA, then go for something like Afnan's and Not Only Intense Supremacy. Sorry, Afnan's Supremacy Not Only Intense. We got there eventually. It smells a little bit like Aventus initially in the opening, but it becomes a lot more like Hacivat later on, a few minutes in actually. It's not bad performance, 6 to 8 hours. It smells very luxurious. The very, very end of the dry down, I think, doesn't smell as luxurious as something like Hacivat. It does not make Hacivat redundant. I think LabAssure kind of makes Aventus redundant, but I do not think this fragrance makes Hacivat redundant. So Definitely a solid option. Try out Hacivat and try out this and see how much money you want to spend on both very good fragrances. Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540. It's a very popular fragrance, very well known. It is spicy saffron with sugary sweetness mixed with very loud synthetic ambroxan. It's a big, loud, sweet, sugary scent that it smells synthetic, fair enough, but it still smells luxurious, I would say. It's not a bad fragrance, the original. It's got a lot of clones, and I would say my favorite clone at the moment that I've tried is Instant Crush by Mancera. I prefer it over the very popular Ariana Grande's Cloud. Cloud kind of smells like a weird synthetic sweet girl perfume mess. Instant Crush, I think, is a higher quality. It's not exactly a clone, in fairness. It's more of inspired by that kind of DNA. It sort of takes like that airy, big sugariness of Baccarat Rouge and brings it all together, condenses it into a much more thick, creamy, floral DNA. So it's thicker, more dense, more musk heavy. It's a very loud, sweet attention grabber. It's still a great fragrance in a similar realm to Baccarat Rouge, but loud, sweet attention grabber. If that's what you want, Instant Crush is fantastic. Missoni Wave is a clone of both Chanel's Allure Sport and Versace Pour Homme to my nose. I feel like it's in the middle of those two. It has very good replication, at least 90% I would say, arbitrarily. I get 6 hours performance, not bad at all. And I do think overall it is more synthetic than those two fragrances. So it's not as high quality, but it's, again, a good option for something that's affordable if you want that DNA. Ard Al Zafaran's Oud 24 Hours is a clone of Tom Ford's Black Orchid, the Eau de Parfum. I think Black Orchid is a great fragrance, great perfumery, chocolate, truffle, floral, patchouli. It's a dark, floral, intense, I would say overall feminine scent, even though a lot of men like to wear it. I prefer Oud 24 Hours. It makes the DNA more woody, more masculine, less intense. So it doesn't smell as luxurious, but I feel like it's more easy to wear as an everyday scent as a man, and it's dirt cheap. And it's got very good performance, 8 hours plus. Also, bear in mind, it has nothing to do with oud. Alexandria Fragrances 1981X is a clone of Xerjoff's Naxos. I would say 90% similarity. Naxos is honey, tobacco, and lavender. Beautiful, perfect perfume, one of the best in the world. However, it smells so fancy and luxurious that it feels difficult to wear on a casual basis. I feel like you have to really be dressed up or be out on a special occasion to do it justice. 1981X is very useful in the fact that it smells more casual, it's less heavy on the tobacco, so it's more smooth and playful with just the lavender and the honey, making it more easy to wear. I would say it's a more appropriate date scent in general. You can use pretty much most of the year round. 8 hours performance is a bit softer on its projection as well, so it's more soft, intimate, very beautifully, smoothly done fragrance. And finally, a fragrance that's worth mentioning is Alexandria Fragrances Royal Equestrian, which is an 80%, I would say, similar clone to Parfums de Marly's Leighton. I had a 5 ml sample of this. I feel like Leighton is very much on the apple, florals, and vanilla, whilst Royal Equestrian goes more to the florals and the vanilla. It takes away the apple. So it's not exactly a clone, it's not very accurate, but I think it goes in a very similar realm. It lasts 8 hours, very affordable, it still smells extremely high quality. The reason I'm mentioning it is because it still smells super expensive for the price you are paying. So it's worth checking out. Which brings us on to the honorable mentions, which are fragrances I have not tried, but are worth you knowing about because you can do your own research on them. They're very highly regarded in the community. So first of all, if you want actually a similar clone to Leighton, then go for something called Al Haramain's Detour Noir, which apparently is a very, very good and it's very accurate to the original. Then we also have fragrances like Thamin's Carved Oud, which I'm mentioning in this bit because it's an expensive clone. Most clone fragrance videos you click on, you want something more affordable. Carved Oud is Tom Ford's Oudwood, I think, done better. It's got a better blend, better longevity, but it's going to be a softer projection. It's a good clone fragrance, but it is similarly priced, so just bear that in mind. Afnan 9 PM apparently is a good clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultramal. I haven't tried it yet because I've always wondered, you know, is Ultramal really that expensive? Do you need to clone fragrance at that price range? I guess you can say the same thing about Missoni Wave, but I just haven't been able to find Afnan 9 PM as cheap as Missoni Wave. I think it's a UK thing, that's the issue, but check it out if you can find it cheap in your region. Kilian's Angel Share is one of the best niche fragrances for an evening scent. It's fantastic. It's boozy, praline, gourmand goodness. Very good, and I'm very glad apparently there's now a clone called La Tafaz Al Khamra. Khamra in Arabic means liqueur, so they just basically refer to the fact it looks like a whiskey glass. So there we are. Apparently it's very good, so I need to check that out. So check it out if you can as well. If you want Mancera's Red Tobacco, a big beast mode, extremely attention-grabbing tobacco, vanilla, spices, and oud fragrance. Something that's not a clone, but is a similar realm, similar domain, would be Alexandria Fragrances Hafez 1984, which is an original creation by them, but the opening smells very similar to Mancera Red Tobacco in the first few hours. I actually think Hafez 1984 is better than Red Tobacco. It's not as beast mode, but it's still a very strong fragrance in its own right, either way. Red Tobacco is 24 hours, Hafez 1984 is 12 hours, which is more appropriate, I would say. And finally, Lattafa's Oud for Glory apparently is a very good clone of Oud for Greatness by Initio. Very affordable compared to the original, of course, so also check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Are there other clone fragrances that you think should be included in this list, and do you think there are others that generally the community should know about? So tell us about your favorite clone fragrances in the comments down below. Also guys, not a clone fragrance now, so this is our original creation. Mr. Fragrant is our first release from our brand Atrium Fragrance, and our first batch is nearly out of stock. If you guys haven't already, make sure you purchase it and try it out for free. Remember guys, you get a free shipping, free express shipping, and a free complimentary sample with each purchase. So you get to try the fragrance. If you don't like it, you can return to us with a 100% refund. So make sure to check it out guys, and the link down below as well. Make sure to check out our other videos in the meantime as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.